All right, so it's shaping up to be another really warm day here in the Pacific Northwest. I can always judge the weather by what my dog is doing. And if she's trying to extract coolness out of the cold concrete, it means it's going to be a hot day. I've been extremely busy here working at the shop, but I want to highlight an overlooked, unused vehicle that has been unloved for so long. It's not the BMW Isetta. It's not any of those cute little microcars parked along the back row there. It's this. It's a 1988 Chevrolet S10 mini truck. I don't know if you call it a mini truck. It's a small truck. I purchased this truck 25 years ago for $200 from a rice wholesaler in downtown Portland, and he had put all the dents in it. It was in a really busy area, which is now the Pearl District, when it was more warehousey. Before the internet, I purchased this truck, and then I gave it to my mom because I thought that she needed a truck. And of course, my brothers beat it up even more. But we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about the red door on this side that my brothers may have ripped off on an incident of cutting firewood. But I did want to highlight this truck because if you've been following my videos, I've been doing a little remodeling during the pandemic, and the bed has been crucial for moving supplies and materials. You can see I've got it full of junk right now. But I needed a little truck. My little micro vans are just too nice to haul rock and dirt and rebar and plywood, but the little truck has come in really handy. But, and this is my reason for the video, I had to get the little truck running. It had no brakes, it had no heater, no wipers. I had to make it roadworthy. It had a rotten tire. I had to replace that. The brakes were rattling. The brake lights were out. The tail lights were out. There was a lot of stuff going on. So I just want to give it a little love today. It's not the greatest truck in the world, and that's sort of what my channel is about, is highlighting these unloved cars. This is an 88 S10. 88. That means it's what, 40 years old? 32 years old? Something like that. It's old. Let's look at the under the hood. And you can see the hood is probably the least dented body panel of the truck. And it's fine. It's a work truck. So let's open it up and let's check out this magical power plant. Okay. I put the prop rod into the prop rod hole, and we are looking at a fabulous little engine. It's a 2.8 V6, which you might say, oh, 2.8 V6, that's nothing. It gets phenomenal gas mileage. It's an automatic with a 2.8 V6, and it has the 200R with the really tall overdrive. So about 50 miles an hour. This thing cruises at about 1,000 RPM. Now, this engine was grimy and greasy, and I had to put a radiator thermal fan on it because it was overheating, and the head gasket on this side was leaking, so I had to retorque it, and that seems to be a lot better. This truck is in the best shape it's been in 20 years. Also, the brakes were spewing. This little check valve here, the bright brass thing you see, had a pinhole in it. It was just spurting brake fluid, and of course the brake pedal would go to the floor. That's all fixed up, and it's insured, and I'm getting tags on it, and I'm loving it, but it's not my most favorite vehicle to drive. I'm driving it out of necessity, but it is a great little truck. Let's take a look at this thing. We are talking vinyl interior. We are talking wind-up windows. We are talking manual door locks. We are talking rubber floor mat. It does have an AM/FM stereo that works pretty good. Look at this dash. Does that bring back some memories? No gauges except a fuel gauge, really. Everything else is idiot lights. Pretty neat. Oh, I had to put an ignition switch in it. The key got stuck in the on position. And the heater does work, but the flipper flapper to divert the air from the dash to the feet, that's broken. I just have to reach underneath there and move it however I want it. But pretty neat blast from the past. The headliner, of course, has fallen down. The seat is a little worn. It's vinyl. It's a work truck. It works great, and it's been helping me tremendously, and it's been getting great fuel mileage to boot. I think it gets 30 miles per gallon, and I'm not joking. It's fantastic. door shuts like it does, like it should. Even the one that was damaged on the other side shuts good, but it has a dent on every panel. There's a shallow dent there. There's a shallow dent there. There's a shallow dent there. It's got a bumper crumple here. It's got a smashed fender there. It's got a dent there. This door has been replaced, and there's a dent right there. So it's not really worth much, except to me hauling debris that I don't want to haul in one of my little microcars. Even though I've done videos on doing that, I just didn't want or feel like I needed to stress them out hauling rebar and bags of concrete. They didn't need it. So this little truck is taking up the pole position in my life recently, and it's been great. It's fantastic. Let me start it up for you. You may recognize that annoying buzzer. It's pretty common, but it just breathes. I should say you breathe on the key and it fires right up. It's a 2.8 fuel injected V6. Runs like a kitten. Also has a new battery. Let's rev it up here a little bit. Woo! Can you stand it? Behold the awesome power. I'm sure it's probably 100 horsepower, not much more than that, but it's pretty torquey, it's pretty snappy. It's actually a little fun to drive. It does what it needs to do, and that is, it's a very economical work truck for me, and I love it for that. Again, it's an automatic with the 700 R4, so it's not the quickest shifting thing, but it does shift very well, and I love the overdrive. It just cruises at like 50 miles an hour. I did paint up the wheels and gave them a little tire wax because I invested in a set of used tires. I had to. In fact, one of these is still rotten. I think it's this one, which is not good. See the cracks on there? I should replace that as well. But they're 14-inch tires. I believe they are 145. Are they 145s? Oh, I'm sorry, 185 75 14s. 14-inch tires on our old work truck. There you go. It's going to be working today. We're still doing work. Just wanted to post this little highlight of this little mini truck gem. Hope you enjoyed. We'll catch you on the next video.